I'm Catherine of Gamecast.net and I'm doing another unboxing video for another PC game which I actually bought quite some time ago. I either bought it 3 years ago or 2 years ago, I'm not entirely sure exactly when. I remember being really pissed off because it got hurt in the post, but there wasn't much I could do about it. And that is the Darwinia Collector's Edition. I'm not entirely sure the actual name of it. It might be a limited edition or something like that. But they released it when, I believe, when Multiwinia was released, or it was just a compilation of Multiwinia with Darwinia. So it's nice. Sadly, my tin, as you can see, has been hurt. So it got a bit damaged in the post when it arrived. So there's another dent here and then one at the bottom here. But it's just a kind of tin, like a biscuit tin. So I suppose I would have been really lucky if it hadn't gotten hurt. But I've been carrying this around. Well, I say I've been carrying it around. I've had it ever since whenever it was I bought it, and I realised when I moved that I hadn't actually done a video of it. And I thought, well, I might as well, as I've still got it here and I've got the little Darwinian dudes. So I thought I might as well. So it all comes in a steel tin. Sounds like a biscuit tin when you open it as well. So because he's embossed, you got a bit on the back. So it comes within like a nice little foamy kind of thing. It's got a coffee table art book, as they called it. I was slightly disappointed. I think I actually remembered emailing them. I'm not sure what I said there. I either emailed them saying it got hurt in the post, or that I thought it was a shame that the coffee table art book that they said it was not a hardback. I think that was probably what I emailed them about. So of course Darwinia is a game by Introversion, a Cambridge-based developer, I believe. I think they're Cambridge, who have made other games such as Uplink and Defcon on PC. So they're a PC development studio. They're also making a new one at the moment. I can't for the life of me think what the hell it's called, but it's kind of got to do with robbing banks, I believe. I might be making that up, but I have looked into it because I looked into it a few months back, or whenever they first announced it, I can't remember. They've got like a dev blog up on there, so if you search for Introversion, you should have a look, because they're like, of course there's a lot of indie studios nowadays, but they're kind of still bedroom coders. I believe they're based in one of their friends' attics, but they might have changed that. At least that was the last time I read up on them. Either way, they're a cool indie developer, and of course I say recently would have been last year, I believe, released Darwinia on Xbox Live. They actually wrote a really interesting entry on their website about how they almost kind of split off and broke the studio because of the XBLA version, I believe. Was it to do with that? I don't know. Their website's really cool, you should have a look. So enough about that. You get a little book full of Darwinia kind of screenshots and imagery. So I'll go as usual from the back. So you've got some nice thing. So it's got, it says their Introversion software, and it's listing them. So Darwinia, for those that don't know, is kind of like well, actually I suppose all of their games are kind of, they're not trying to be cutting edge graphics. They're stylistic and interesting gameplay, but also can be quite tough at times. That is like all of their stuff. I mean, Uplink's pretty darn awesome, but then it's also quite, you could say Uplink's quite similar to Hacker Evolution and all that kind of stuff. But they're a cool developer, and they do some cool stuff, so it'd be interesting to see how their next game's panning out. It's got a little thing about Darwinia and Multiwinia. So that's pretty cool. So you get that in there. To be fair, one of the main reasons I bought it was for these guys, because you got them with it. Two Darwinia dudes. Do they have proper names? Darwinians? I'm not sure. So I got a green and a yellow. You could actually get them in a multitude of colours, or the same colours. But I got these two. I think a friend of mine had a red one. I think he was red. So I got these two. This one actually, it lives on my desk usually, so I had to get it off my desk to put it in the box. But these are cool. I think I prefer the yellow one because my green one's got a little bit of a mark on him from being in the box. So you get those two. Well, you get two of some colour. Then you get a set of postcards. I believe 2 sets of postcards, as I have 2 sets here. Which still have the rubber bands on and have not died. I see it similar? Yeah. So they're 2 sets of the same postcards. I'll put one of them back together. Because there's no point in showing 2 sets of the same postcards. So it's got the little Darwinian dudes on them. And it just says at the bottom of them, they're back and they're something beginning with a B. So they're ballistic, they're berserk. I put it that way around. They're bastards. They're badass. Or badass. You British. They're barking. So it makes me wish I had a red one come with mine, because they've got red ones on it. What did I say? They're binging. And then they're barbaric. And each one has the exact same little illustration on the back, as well as saying introversion software and having a link to the Multiwinia website. So that's cool that it's got 2 sets of those. It looks really bad because I haven't actually opened these. But I believe I have them on Steam anyway. But it then has Darwinia and Multiwinia. I believe it came with a code of Multiwinia and Darwinia, so you could play it before they arrived because it took some time for them to come. So it's got the standard release, I believe, of Darwinia. And it says there, the last of the bedroom programmers introversion. The first of the children. And it's got quotes, and yeah. Yeah, they are Darwinians. There you go there with the system specs. It's probably not demanding at all anymore. Well, it's not demanding at all. It can run on a Pentium 3 600. With a GeForce 2 with 128 MB of RAM. That is it, just RAM, not the graphics card. And you only need 60 meg of hard drive. It did come out back in 2004 though. So there's Darwinia in there. And then Multiwinia, which is the multiplayer. I'm not entirely sure if this actually had a retail release, purely for the fact that it's not actually got a barcode on the back, which is pretty cool. So there's that, Multiwinia. And system requirements, which are slightly more demanding for Multiwinia, because they made it slightly better. Like 2 GHz processor, 512 meg of RAM, and a Radeon 9600 or a GeForce 6200, and of course internet connection for playing multiplayer. So that's pretty cool. I believe they might still sell it. I'm not entirely sure. If they do, I'm sure you could still pick it up. But then that is, of course, if they sell it, because that didn't make any sense to me just repeating myself. I think I paid 30 quid for it. But that was, as I said, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I remember I pre-ordered it, so it hadn't actually come out at the time. Yeah, I mean, you can check out the Introversion website. If they don't sell it anymore, you may be able to find them on eBay. You may not. But as I said, I did buy it mainly for the Darwinians. And yeah, it's a cool edition because it was sent out directly from them. They had them made themselves and then sent them out themselves. So they had to deal with all the orders. I think they had someone specifically handling the orders because I remember them getting back to me about whatever it was I emailed them. And yeah, so that's a pretty cool version of a game. You may be able to still find them. You may still be able to buy them. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, a game I bought a while ago. But then, of course, I did a few unboxings fairly recently that were, well, fairly recently, it was a few months ago now. Maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, I don't know. Of games that I bought ages ago and thought, oh, I could do an unboxing of those for like, what did I do, Uncharted 2 and a few other games. I think Heavy Rain was one of them. I'm just looking at my shelf and saying, yes, that game, that game, that game. So yeah, that's cool. I've got another PC game as well to unbox and a few others, and of course Batman this week, as I keep mentioning in my videos. But that should be cool. Hopefully if the Kota Bakoya figure is actually any good. But yes, I will catch you for my next video, and see you then. Bye.